Hello student, welcome back to the science class once again. Thank you all for watching my previous videos and in addition thank you for staying home. So what did we discuss in the last class? We discussed about colloidal solution. I hope all of you have understood about a colloidal solution. So let us do a quick revision of the previous class that we have discussed. So what was this colloidal solution? It was a heterogeneous mixture in which the particles of colloid are too small to be seen by the naked eye. Can you guess the difference between a colloidal solution and suspension? The difference between a colloidal solution and suspension is that a suspension is a heterogeneous mixture in which the particles can be seen by our naked eye. Whereas in colloidal solution, though it is a heterogeneous mixture, but the particles are very small that it cannot be seen by our naked eye. This was the difference between a colloidal solution and suspension, right? Today we are going to discuss about a physical change and chemical change. What is the meaning of a physical change and what is the meaning of a chemical change? So before going to that, let me ask you something. Whenever you cut down a tree, do you find any new thing after cutting down the tree? Definitely not. Before cutting down a tree, it was a wood. After cutting down a tree, the thing which you have cut down, it is only a wood. Right? What happens when you tear a paper? Before tearing, it was a paper. After tearing even, it is a paper. Is it clear or not? Yes? What happens when you convert the water? What happens when you put the water in a refrigerator? When you put the water in a refrigerator, then what happens to it? The water converts into ice. Does any new thing occur in that case? You might say that yes, ice is a new thing. How have you categorized that ice is a new thing? Is there a difference in taste between this water and ice? Definitely not. Right? So whatever changes we have discussed right before this tearing of paper, cutting down the trees, conversion of water to ice, there is a change in it or not? Definitely yes. Are you getting a new substance in that? Definitely no. So those changes are called as physical changes and we are going to discuss about that thing only. So let us start with the definition. A physical change is a change in which no new substance is formed. A physical change is that kind of change where a substance undergoes changes but it does not produce any new substance during that change. Okay? Physical change affects the form of a substance. Physical change affects the form of a substance. That means the form of that substance. That means the state of matter might change. Okay? The state of matter can change, but that change will not affect the chemical composition of that substance. Means you are not going to get any new substance after a physical change. Okay? Physical change is that kind of change where if a substance is undergoing a physical change, you won't get any kind of new substance. Understood? Example, boiling of water. In that boiling of water, what happens? Water is only converting into gas. Water is converting into vapor only. Is it clear or not? But during that conversion, do you think the chemical composition or the chemical property of that water is changing? Definitely no. When you cool down that gas, it is again going to convert into water back. After cooling it down, you just get the taste of it. Do you find that the gas which have converted into, that means the vapor which have converted back into water, do you think that it is going to be sweeter in taste or it is going to be salty in taste? Definitely no. The taste of that will be 100% similar to that of water only. Right? So that comes under a physical change. An example of physical change is cutting down the trees. Cutting down of trees is also a physical change. When you cut down the tree, are you getting any new substance from that? Definitely not. It is a physical change. So physical change never produces a new substance. Is it clear everyone? Now let us proceed to a next one, chemical change. A chemical change is a change in which a new substance is formed. A chemical change is that kind of change where a new substance is formed. A new substance should always be formed during a chemical change. That means in a chemical change, it is that kind of change which brings a new substance. That means in this chemical change, the chemical composition of that substance changes. during a change. Okay? All chemical changes are irreversible. Every chemical change is irreversible only. Once a chemical change have occurred, you cannot bring back the previous one. The substance which have undergone a chemical change cannot be reversed back. Clear? The new substance formed during a chemical change has a different property from its parent substance. The substance which have undergone a chemical change always brings a new substance with a different property. An example of chemical change is conversion of milk to curd. Okay? Conversion of milk to curd, what happens? Milk has a different taste. Curd has a different taste. Right? Is it clear? Milk has a different color, whereas curd also has a different color. Is it clear or not? Correct? Curd's chemical property is fully different, whereas milk's chemical property is fully different. Burning of paper. It is also a chemical change. Understood? Melting of butter in a pan. Now you might be wondering, this melting of butter is a chemical change. Why this melting of butter is a chemical change? When melting of butter occurs, the butter starts to convert into ghee. Remember that thing. So melting of butter is a chemical change. But melting of ice is never a chemical change because there is no any new substance during that conversion. I hope you have understood about a physical change and a chemical change. Remember, physical changes are reversible. Not all physical changes are reversible, but physical changes are mostly reversible. But chemical change is never reversible. A chemical change is completely irreversible. Physical change do not produce any new substance, whereas a chemical change always produces a new substance. Is it clear, everyone? So in the next chapter, in the next video, I am going to discuss about element, compound and mixture. So till then, stay safe. Thank you.